is proud of all the things that she used for this piece. Either they were found in the op shop or self-made from pre-loved materials. Maddie is an aspiring artist who enjoys drawing comics. And she comes into the studio at Interweave to interact with other creative minds and learn new art techniques. Lovely to have you here, Maddie. Thank you. 13, Jean Williams. Jean's piece is called Diamond. Oh no, Jean's category is diamonds. Jean's piece is called On the Blink. Uh-oh, that must be me. Jean, I think I'm channeling your shonky wand. The fairy godmother's wand is on the blink, but Jean decided to create her own ball gown. Just because this wand couldn't sparkle out a dress was not going to stop Jean from missing this ball. The gown is made from old denim jeans and a remnant fabric stitched together with love and a promise of not having to be home by midnight. Jean feels that everything has a purpose. Fabric does not have to end up at the tip. Where there is a will and a creative thought, there is a way of upcycling for many years to come. Jean has been a creative person all of her life. Felting, applique and weaving are her passions when she is not in the garden. My favourite place too, Jean. Welcome and thank you so much. Ten, Angela Perks. Angela Perks presents a plastic flapper. Angela started with the plastic ribbon and it just grew. It can be knitted or sewn. She particularly enjoyed making the feather boa for a touch of elegance. Angela found just repurposing a piece was exciting and entertaining. She was originally inspired by Marjorie Bly and her reuse of plastics. She also added the sequins as a bit of further sparkle. Angela attends Interweave on Wednesdays. This is where the copper-coloured plastic ribbon was found. Angela loves sewing, knitting and crochet and found it really fun to create a garment incorporating all three crafts. Thank you, Angela. It's time for the golden oldie, Anne Young. Welcome, Anne. Anne likes to think that this stage of her life is golden. So many blessings to count. So many creative things to do with ongoing inspiration from Interweave Arts. Don't let yourself be hindered by any past events, says Anne. The ball and chain gets lighter as time goes on. So light, in fact, it can float. Everything that Anne is wearing has had a previous life, and she likes to think that after she has finished with the pieces, they will continue on into an assortment of future lives, giving fun and pleasure to the next person, whoever that might be. Anne originally came from Scotland to Mount Isa, Queensland in 1966 and always hoped she would expand her art horizons. She completed an Associate Diploma in Fine Arts Textiles at Newnham campus in 2001 and then some more fine arts and some theatre. It's a pleasure to have her here. Number 12. Dee Alford presents Golden Age. This work was sparked by Dee's vision of a radiant being who represents the power of love, compassion, and healing for the individual, the collective, and the world. What a goddess. Dee embraces sustainable living, and this theme informs all of her work. Here, Dee has used fabric and features from pre-loved garments, other remnants, scraps of fabric, in golden hues. Like a bowerbird, Dee has collected sparkling and lustrous treasures, broken jewellery, beaded, metallic and sequined pieces, fringes, buttons and braids. In contrast to this richness in her costume, she has used sections from discarded milk containers to create a simple but striking headdress. Dee's been committed to REMADE since 2012, enjoying various roles including designing, making, and modelling. She is known for her art-based approach to fashion and her creative costumery, incorporating recycled clothing. 3 strong themes are integrated through all of Dee's work: community development, sustainability, recycling and reusing, and art and fashion. Just gorgeous. Dee Alford. Welcoming number 13, Michelle Murphy, another REMADE regular. Michelle presents all that glitters. Michelle's artwork represents how we can find beauty in second-hand items by creatively repurposing other materials. The costume was made using all second-hand materials. Even the buttons were painted before sewing on. Second-hand plastic bags were incorporated into the skirt to give it volume, and strips of material were added for interest. Michelle is currently studying art at TAFE. Her artworks are varied. She likes to use many mediums and styles. Give Michelle a big hand. Number 14 is Sunny Stereovich, who'll be referred to ever after as Sunny, because that's a lot of syllables, isn't it? Welcome, Sunny. This headwear is made from old clothes that used to belong to Sunny's mum. They have been cut into strips, plaited together, and then sewn together. The concept is derived from the rag rug technique. Sunny has used old clothes to make this fabulous hat. She believes it is important to think outside the box when it comes to sustainability, hence using the rag rug technique not to make a rug, but trying it on with a hat instead. She often says, "We are only limited by our own imagination." Sunny loves living life and seeing that reflected in everything that she does. She likes to experiment with colour, textures and sound. Thank you, Sunny. Ooh, I just want to howl, but I'm scared to do it over the mic. Don't want to deafen you all. Jordan Harris. Welcome, Jordan Harris, the real wolf. The wolf figures in Jordan's family history and has always fascinated him. Jordan has watched many television programs and movies about the wolf. Jordan's suit is made from sheep's wool taken from his good friend Carol Ann's farm. Jordan has collaborated with Carol Ann, who is a textile artist. Jordan participates in the art program at Interweave Arts, where he often draws his favourite subject, the wolf. And I'm hoping that Jordan's going to get up close and scare the daylights out of you with his fabulous costume. That is truly glorious. Thank you, Jordan. I think I'd put my gun away if you came into my paddock. You're a really cute wolf. Well, it's time for a truly spectacular hat. Oh my goodness, Veronica Tunks. Veronica presents her wonderful creation, From the Deep. Maker Veronica models her fabulous creation wearing a lot more on her sleeve than just her love for the ocean. She's wearing it all the way through that amazing outfit. How How long did that take to put together? Different blue fabrics and vibrant fish express the many colours of the ocean. The octopus smothering her boat hat is a hint of the mysterious creatures that live within the depths of the ocean. Veronica made her outfit from things she had at home and from op shops. Reusing materials and clothes, Veronica has reduced the amount of water and chemicals used when making new material. And this means that the water that is used to make those new things can be used for other purposes like drinking water. Good on you, Veronica. Veronica enjoys using a wide range of materials and mediums to create her art and is always willing to try new mediums. Recently, she discovered paper mache, and this was the inspiration for that awesome octopus on her hat. Ah, sail on, lady. Elegant lady. How have you been enjoying the weather, folks? Oh, you don't... No, you're not in church. You're allowed to respond. Oh, hang on. No, what am I saying? You can respond in an evangelical choir. Weather good? I reckon it's pretty right. Look at this. Bare arms. And I don't mean hairy ones. I'm pretty excited. We've got a piece about the weather now. This piece is from Sunshine Thorgerson, involving 4 models. And it's called The 4 Seasons. Please welcome them. Summer, autumn, winter and spring are a collection of costumes representing the 4 main seasons in Tasmania. Autumn is modelled by Malachi. Autumn is the slowing down time of the year for nature. Still misty mornings, cooler evenings, star-filled nights. The costume is composed of real leaves, mosses, lichens and branches. Winter is modelled by Chinoa. This costume represents the stillness, the cold and yet beauty that can be found in the long, dark nights and days of winter in Tassie. Beauty can be created from items thought of as junk or rags. Spring is modelled by Sanaya. Spring is all about renewal, colour, positive vibrations, vast amounts of energy, life, renewal in nature and our human selves. And lastly, summer. Summer is all about colour, energy, vibrancy, long days, sunny, warm with beach life, and water being an essential part of life. Festivals, parties, and all the fun and rubbish created by humans having fun at nature's expense. Model Siona's outfit is totally constructed from festival and party rubbish. I'll just read that out again, yeah? Summer is completely constructed from festival and party so-called rubbish. How fabulous. Sunshine is a well-travelled artist, landscape designer and gardener who is passionate about the environment. She lives in a world without internet, television or radio at her large, picturesque landscape farm beside the Mersey River. Please give them all a big hand. Number 18. Rosalie Lyle presents Into the Jungle. Rosalie's outfit is called Into the Jungle, inspired by a song called Jungle by Jamie and Commons and ex-ambassadors. The idea came to her head and she just ran with it. It's made out of an ugly op-shop dress she got for a themed party a while ago. The dress was shoved to the back of the cupboard in hopes she would find a new purpose for it. Voila! Here it is. Animal print and jungle colour, scrap materials hand-sewed onto the dress. The mane is made out of an old beanie and fake fur vest from the tip shop. It represents how easy it is to find a new purpose for things we would normally discard and how important it is to take care of nature and wildlife. Rosalie is a local artist who has been practicing her skills for more than 10 years now. She volunteers as a mentor at the Interweave Art Studio. She recently started a YouTube channel doing easy art tutorials for beginners. If you are interested, it is Rosalie Lyle Art. Thank you, Rosalie. Number 19. Gardenia Palmer and Robert Aiken present for you Renaissance. Renaissance. We make from ideas. We build from concepts. We interpret the moment and visualize the outcome. We tell a story. Gardenia and Robert have created a piece that invites your visual engagement with the means and materials that have been used to arrive at the artwork. All the materials are recycled, repurposed or remade. This points to the limitless possibilities for art practice. Gardenia Palmer and Robert Aiken are both visual artists. Their art practice covers a wide use of techniques and materials. They have been collaborators on many projects during their residencies and exhibitions over the years throughout Tasmania, also in the Netherlands and Paris. Thank you, Gardenia and Robert. So this is my 4th year doing REMADE. I'm a bit of a newbie to the REMADE crew. REMADE challenges designers, artists and community groups to use recycled materials to create unique, wearable artworks in innovative and unexpected ways. The focus of REMADE is sustainability, creativity, community inclusiveness, and having fun. What do you reckon? Are we doing the brief? Are we hitting our target? REMADE would like to thank some of our sponsors, the QV Mag, WD Booth. Oh, we need some. Come on. These are our sponsors. Let me try that again. Queen Victoria Museum and Art Gallery. WD Booth. The Cuthill Family Foundation. BOFA. the Australian Cultural Fund, Creative Partnerships Australia, and the City of Launceston. With an extra special a woolly welcome. A woolly welcome, that's what I meant to say. At least it'll be warm. To Councillors Danny Gibson and Hugh Mackenzie. You see, we couldn't have done this without our local council. REMADE Creatives Online was funded by the City of Launceston under the Community Care and Recovery Grant Scheme, which was a specific COVID relief fund. Funding from this grant, as well as the Cuthill Family Foundation and Australian Cultural Fund, via generous donations from our community and supporters, enabled us to commission over 23 artists to participate in REMADE 2020. REMADE Creatives Online was managed by the holographics Karen Revy for Interweave Arts. Thanks for your fine work, Karen, putting that together. Giving us something to do in COVID. And look, speaking of COVID, I'm noticing that I probably don't have to say this. We're so lucky being able to have an event like this while half the world's locked down. So let's do everything we can to protect each other's safety by remaining seated at your designated table whenever possible and remaining seated whilst consuming any food or drinks. You know all about the food sanitizer, the hand sanitizer, the face sanitizer. Oh my goodness me, I feel so sanitary. It's weird for a frog. It's very weird. I think I need some sludge. Quick, or maybe some art or creativity. How about we get back to the show? Yes, yay, back to the show. I'd like to welcome somebody from Interweave who is, honestly, words almost fail me. This woman pulls together so much for us at Interweave. Please welcome to the stage the wonderful Jude Walsh with her piece, Rare Bird. Ooh, this costume is an adaptive reuse of fabric, materials and objects, keeping costs to zero. Yes, folks, you heard it. Absolutely zero. Jude has made use of fabric offcuts from previously made garments, which have been scrounged from friends, and her own collection of objects, such as chocolate packaging and junk jewellery that she finds lying in the street. An artist and jewellery maker in her own right, Jude has been a mentor at Interweave Arts for several years, and that's all she says about herself. Oh my goodness, you are just too modest. Oh, Jude, thank you. Thank you so much. Number 22. Ooh, I hope no one needs to go to the convenience. There's water noises in this one. Are they ready? Oh, here they are. John Alford and Jono Pedley present Whirling Waterman. Water, movement, men, whirling. Creating social space with the fluidity of movement, John and Jono upcycle their watermen of REMADE 2017 to make a social space to mesmerise and inspire in a time of fear. Water is the great cleanser. The essence of John and Jono's costume concept was first revealed at REMADE 2017, with the recycled remnants of Jono's water delivery business providing the components of their costume design. The symbolism of water, replenished and recycled through the planet's great natural recycling systems, is reflected in the sustainable sources of Jono's enterprise, an inexhaustible spring bubbling up from the roots of one of the 3 mountains that grace our wonderful city. John Alford and John O'Pedley have worked on many creative projects. Their Waterman characters first appeared in Remade 2017. John has also supported his wife Dee Alford, a Remade veteran, to provide the creative inspiration for Remade through their earlier work at the Tasmanian Circus Festival. Thank you so much, John and Jono. Chris Flood. But what does it mean? Cast out. What does it mean? These found fabrics are a reflection of life. We see what we wish, or sometimes what we are told. Maybe the meaning or emotion we perceive is not our own. What does it mean? What do you own? Chris's work is formed of fabrics and thoughts that have all been used before in different ways. It speaks of reuse in relation to both the material and the psychological fabric of time and place. Chris is a Launceston artist whose work covers many genres. 27. Julia Spencer presents The Dryad Hypatia, modelled by Julia. The keeper of trees and forest life, Hypatia is home to a possum living in a hollow branch base and a tawny frogmouth keeping watch from a safe perch. Julia created this gown from a vintage silk dress dyed with plants. The bodice is adorned with silk, cotton, and a woolen sleeve remnant. The tawny frogmouth is attached to a hat and is also created from scrap and remnant garments. Julia works predominantly in natural dyes and fibres, so that way she can reduce her negative environmental impact. Using natural fibres with an emphasis on recycled sourcing is Julia's work ethic and a big part of her manifesto in life. Julia is the owner of Natured Cloth and has been in business for a few years, upcycling garments. Julia has a diploma of visual art and will complete a certificate 4 in fashion design this year. She teaches workshops on natural dyes and is creating some exciting new lines very soon. Looking forward to that. Thank you, Julia. (28) Laurence Harriman presents Camouflage. No, she does not. She is hiding. She is hiding until the evening. Okay, my mistake. Must be time for roaming trees. Because it's always time for roaming trees. I mean, wouldn't you like to have roaming trees? I'd like to have roaming trees. I think, mind you, it might be a bit annoying if you thought you'd got them far enough away from the gutter in the garden, wouldn't it? Roaming trees. is the Oswald family. Roaming trees is a roaming family. They roam with and within their costumes. They don't settle down. They don't let themselves. They just keep on roaming. They adjust and remake their costumes all the time, using what is left, adding what is found. Never-ending story, never-ending roaming. Roaming trees is Linda and Thomas and their little Rosie and Missy. Their roots are in Europe, Hungary. But 7 years ago, they roamed to Tasmania and they are still roaming. They see life as art and their art is their life. They do stilt walking and storytelling. And if you'd like to hear a tree talk to you later on today, they will be telling stories and roaming around City Park at 3:30. So after this is all over, chase down a roaming tree. Number 30. Thea Brockett has designed this gorgeous work through her art class at Lilydale District School. Thea has upcycled a variety of materials and is focused on recreating glamour. Work is upcycled from pre-loved clothing and waste items. Thea's dress aims to highlight that discarded materials can be reused to produce unique, glamorous articles. Oh, I couldn't agree with you more, Thea. Thea is a Year 4 student at Lily District School. And she's got some friends here. I think her friends, we'll let her friends on at the same time, won't we? Come on, Imogen. Come on out, Imogen Julian. Imogen presents Ice Queen. Her work is inspired by ice. The dress was originally purple, then she painted it a dark blue, then splattered it with different shades of blue, then glued used plastic bags into clumps to add some texture. And doesn't it look gorgeous? Finishing off with glitter. Just a little, very well stuck on. You've got to use it up. Don't buy any new stuff, but don't feel embarrassed to use up what you've got. By reusing items that would have gone to waste, Imogen hopes wasted things will not go to landfill, and instead we will make use of them, make something beautiful of them, like this gorgeous ice-inspired dress. Thank you, Imogen. Imogen is 10 years old and loves art, nature and photography. And your friend Grace Crook is just out the door? Yes? These three lovely, lovely young artists all go to the same school together. Gracie has chosen the ocean as her theme. The blue layering of the dress represents waves as they crash along the beach. Silver tinsel is for the whitewash and green tinsel for the seaweed. A upon close inspection, you'll notice seashells and a turtle being some of the life that can be found there. These are there because they are some of Grace's favourite things from the ocean. The ocean is an endless giver. Its offerings are boundless. Although the food that is gathered from the ocean is important, perhaps even more importantly, the ocean supplies a large proportion of the Earth's oxygen. And Grace says, it plays a huge role in regulating our climate and also recycles water, making it possible to have rain in many places. Well, I agree, Gracie. Without the ocean, nothing is sustainable. You're quite right. Lovely work. Gracie is a 10-year-old student at Lilydale District School who loves being acting and creative. Many of her hours at home are spent making and drawing things. A place like Lilydale has been great for her artistic talents to evolve. The country life and its beauty give her enough peace and tranquility to focus on her work. Yep, I think we all agree with you there. Thanks for your wonderful piece. Let's bring on the delightful Rebecca Rydell, Feeding the Duck in the Garden. Rebecca lives with her parents on an acreage out of Launceston, where she has many chores to complete, one of which is feeding some of the animals, including the ducks. Wow, look at that glow. The dress and hat in this costume have been sourced from her mum's wardrobe. The flowers and duck have been made from office waste and recycled cardboard. Becky is a regular on Mondays and is known as Interweave's eager elder. Becky is dedicated to her creative practice, but accepted some assistance from Jude Walsh and Kath Ellis with this gorgeous outfit. And waiting in the wings is number 34, Josh Reed, our pet dinosaur. Josh loves to draw dinosaurs and has a vast collection of toys and replicas on which to find influence. But in this case, Josh decided to use his imagination to create his own name and coloration. This creation has been made from repurposed cardboard and other surplus packing materials. Josh is a strong believer in the reuse of waste in his art making. Josh has been a contributing artist and a regular at the Interweave studio for a number of years, where he has given support for his artistic endeavours. Josh would like to give a special thank you to Jude Walsh for her ongoing personal assistance with his inspired projects. That's awesome, Josh. Cheers. Could the gardeners meet outside to tell my puppeteers to get ready? Oh. Actually, I have a confession to make, sweet people. I'm not very good with numbers, and I was given a note here to remind them at number 31 to be ready. So I best check. Did me being ditzy affect you? No, you've all got it together and I'm the only one who made a mistake. Awesome! On with the show. I could have just breezed through that and you never would have known, but it wouldn't have been as funny then, I guess. Okay, this is something very special for you folks. This piece is called The Garden of COVID Delights. It's been designed by Caitlin Street. It's a piece, she's also had a bit of help here from Kim Snyders, Carmen Sita Palermo, We've upcycled an Amanda Pera installation. Kath Ellis was also involved, and Lilydale School, and Danny Gibson's Stage Right Youth Theatre. And now, we're all going to be part of it too. Caitlin Street presents The Garden of COVID Delights. This piece wants us to look through the fear and threats, to see the beauty, awe and wonder that are always present. Upcycle, recycle, biocycle, life cycle. Caitlin Street, Kim Snyders and Carmen Cedar Palermo have teamed together to play with projecting digital images onto sustainable, wearable moving screens, involving Danny Gibson's Stage Right Youth Theatre and live music by Bruce Innocent, Alison Cornish, Spike Mason and Peter Waddle. Props thanks to Amanda Pera, Kath Ellis and Lilydale School. Sunny Stereovich has a queer as piece for us, The Coat of Loves. This coat has been remade 3 years in a row. This year sees the coat entirely covered by felt. The completed work took at least 100 hours of needlepoint felting. Sunny has added many new features, including text, birds, magic numbers and symbols. The coat tells a story of the many loves in Sunny's life. Sunny purchased this coat at a second-hand shop, and most of the wool used had previous owners. Sunny loves Mother Earth. The trees, the birds, the flowers, and the swamp are represented. Sunny is a Mother Earth lover. She gets great pleasure from walking in nature and watching her garden grow, and she enjoys spending time with her friends at Interweave, especially Patchy, whose fur has been used as the black night sky around Sunny's silver hair moon. Sunny, that's a very creative use of dog hair on the coat. Normally people like to brush their pet hair off their coats. Well done. And I love the fact that Sunny's piece just keeps growing and evolving and just becoming more fabulous every year. Thank you, Sunny. I think we have another queer as entry. Is Freya in the wings? I believe she is. I have a feeling like rainbows in my peripheral vision. Hi, Freya. Freya's back. It's an eclectic mix of old and recycled materials, sourced from friends, family, op shops, and Freya's wardrobe. And yes, Freya will admit that she actually wears those things, not just here. Freya has been devoted to sustainable practices from an early age and has loved coming to REMADE since the age of 6. Her piece is an opportunity for Freya to combine two of her passions, sustainability and support for the LGBTQI+ community. Freya is a 14-year-old designer who has had a love of REMADE fashion shows since age 6, when a spark was ignited by the glorious Miss Schneider at Lilydale Primary School. Now at Riverside High, Freya has never lost her passion for participating in this awesome event, and we love having you too. Thank you, Freya. Kate Fletcher and Paul Ruby present their social distancing extravaganza, The Scarlet Letter, modelled by the gorgeous Suze Haywood. This work is a collaboration between two great friends separated by COVID-19, created from their conversations, stories, and their individual textile meanderings dovetailed together. Natural dyeing features here, and the ideas and materials used have come from a range of people. Inspiration has come from imaginative musings, conversations had over fences via chance meetings, and encounters in a world where social distancing is the new normal. Somehow, the imposed separation has created closer, richer connections. And time spent in reflection, revealing the richness of resources already available. This piece has been created from Kate and Paul's combined textile hoards. Two makers have spearheaded the creation here, but it is a coming together of a community of people. People gifting ideas, materials, inspiration, and the scintilla of the holistic creative experience. Kate's driving passion is sustainability and being on this circular economy bus. She loves telling stories through cloth and thrives on deeply layered, meandering explorations to create unexpected outcomes. Paul Ruby was born with his eyes and mouth open, savouring life's ripe fruit and bright sun. And so he has been catapulted here to this collaboration with the divine Kate Fletcher, a true warrior of cloth. "39. Lily Hulton presents Dreams Are Made of This and Get Back to Where You Once Belonged. Dreams Are Made of This is modelled by Deborah Fisher. Get Back to Where You Once Belonged, modelled by Lily Hulton. Bring it on, ladies. This outfit was commissioned by Deborah Fisher, who is modelling the outfit. To paint and remake her 1990s wedding dress. Lily is a minimalist. She believes in recycling clothing, especially wedding dresses. Lily says, let go of the dress. The memories are always with you in your heart. Let's make wedding dresses into wonderful new outfits that you can wear and give you joy once again. Or maybe you can make someone else's day by passing it on or donating it to charity. Save the planet by reusing and decluttering your home. Do this and you will make a difference in this world. Lily's outfit was inspired by the 1.5 metre safe distancing rule. Her outfit is designed to keep the wearer safe from contracting COVID-19. With just a little bit of tongue-in-cheek, I think. Lily Sharman's inspired neckpiece and hand battens keep people at a distance. The smell and the thought that they are made from dog hair, how is that possible? 2 artists in a row have incorporated dog hair into their outfits and they're right next to each other. Okay. But I agree with you. Yes, it would keep people at a distance. Yes. Line creepers, huggers and non-sanitized at 1.5 metres. The net cloak was resourced from the tip shop and will keep any airborne nasties away. Lily is now a devoted St Vinny's shopper. REMADE has opened her world to sourcing good quality recycled clothing. The message Lily would like to convey through her outfit is, think before you buy. Recycling is good for the environment, which in turn is good for your health and well-being. Lily is a mentor at Interweave. REMADE has provided her with the opportunity to meet new people, form collaborations, and learn new skills. Sonia Hindram presents Popping Bubbles. Modelled by Charlie, or should I say Charlotte Amelia Hindram. Sonia made the outfit with items from the op shop and reclaimed plastic drink bottles. The face mask is made from the SCOBY from kombucha tea. The idea was to make a collection of Corona-style bubbles from recycled drink bottles and cable ties, and then create a garment from these. The other plan in the making of this garment was to produce zero waste, using all of the plastic bottles. The garment are recycled from the op shop and will be worn again outside of REMADE. The plastic bubbles will eventually have fairy lights and hang in the garden as a chandelier. So both the clothing and the plastic will continue to be used. Sonia Hindram is a multimedia artist and a designer who over the years has designed and constructed costumes for various dance and theatre companies and has developed site-specific large textile installations for festivals. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Sonia. Sean Dooley presents Insulation. Sean made this piece to explore subtraction cut garments and alternate materials for fashion. He repurposed and recycled industrial materials from local tip shops to explore alternatives to buying everything new. Using a subtraction cut design process also creates less waste than traditional pattern making. Thank you, Sean. Let's give a great big warm welcome to the Glendew Primary School. Designed by Alison Jales, they present The Hand Game. Since COVID-19, students in 2J have had to play a hand game every time they come into the class. They have to wash their hands with soap and water. Sometimes they make sneaky bubbles. Then they sit on the mat ready to learn. They have used old t-shirts from home and bubble wrap, gloves and curtain samples that were buried in the back of a storeroom at school. They have recycled bubble wrap and printed it onto an old t-shirt to make a beautiful bubble pattern. Then they tied on curtain samples. They also printed bubbles onto old gardening gloves they found in the storeroom. Students in 2J are very passionate about taking action on the climate emergency. They think it's important to save the earth by everyday actions. And one action that everyone can take? Oh, come on, everyone. It's recycling. Thank you, 2J. Feel free to wander into the audience and let other people see your beautiful costumes up close. Bethany Cobbin presents her social distancing themed costume, Lush Shades of Green. Lush shades of green and hazel brown shades are naturally vibrant. This long-lasting material has survived unused for 50 years and was destined for landfill, as the colouring was considered unfashionable. However, Bethany Cobbin saw its potential. From a pair of curtains, it was transformed into a Victorian-era inspired skirt for social distancing. This design, appearing timeless with the fabric's lush shades of green, detailed patterns of 9 flowers blossoming amongst vines, accentuated throughout the skirt. The design, appearing like a dress from a fairy tale, has a moral just like in many fairy tales from the 18th century. Stay safe. This pair of once dated and unfashionable curtains, unused for 50 years, was saved from being discarded into landfill by transforming them into an outfit. Bethany Cobbin is a student at Don College with a passion for fashion design and production. Allowing the fabric to do the talking, she likes to put a creative story behind her designs and enjoys hiking through nature to capture these stories, as her inspiration is always found off the beaten track. Thank you, Bethany Cobbin. And on the opposite side of the coin comes our lovely Freya with a rather dark piece entitled Don't Eat My Food. This outfit started off when model and artist Freya saw the dress at an op shop and immediately thought of a murderous widow. She is now on the way to his funeral. No one suspects a thing. That's the great thing about food as a weapon. No evidence. Freya has created this dress from things she has found at op shops or from bits and pieces she has found lying around the house. I think Freya's done a fantastic job of showing you how to upstyle things you already have. And that in itself is a great design skill. Thank you, Freya. Abby and Gemma Matthews present Asian Fusion. The piece, designed by Abby Matthews, was once a kimono dressing gown bought at Abby's local op shop for $2.50. Abby decided to make this for her sister. It was transformed into the two-piece set by shortening the sleeves, cropping the waist, and adding handmade pleats to the waist. The pleated fabric was also an op shop find. The skirt was cut and hemmed to length, joined, and had the garment's original pockets added to the front. A waistband and matching invisible zip were attached, and this completed the final item, bringing the two pieces together to make the perfect duo. This outfit is a total remake. Nothing new has been used. This is the first step to reduce waste, limiting the consumption of new. Abby is preventing the buying of new clothes and limiting throwaways. Abby is creating slow fashion to reduce fast fashion. And she has now created a one-of-a-kind outfit, a standout that makes her model an individual, different from the rest of the world, including her identical twin sister, our designer, Abby. Abby is a Don College student studying fashion design. She enjoys sport and art. Next year, she's thinking of studying fashion design at TAFE. Outside of school, she enjoys playing soccer and futsal. What a well-rounded young woman you are. I think it's a great idea. Go on, do fashion design. You've got my vote. And come and teach us some tricks at Interweave. Next up, another nod to the underworld, the remade Katrina, worn by Maria Elena Chagoya. On the 1st of November, Mexico celebrates the Day of the Dead. Mexicans offer an altar to deceased relatives that includes food, drinks, flowers, and celebrations as part of the pre-Hispanic traditions. The printer and cartoonist Jose Guadalupe Posada envisioned the Aztec goddess of the underworld as a female skeleton known as La Catrina, now the most recognizable Day of the Dead icon. Elena has no doubt remade the Mexican Katrina. It is created with reused cloth, corn leaves, fruit nets, found objects, and a very dead hammock. Who'd have thunk it? Stunning work. And I don't want to tell tales out of school, but there's a lot of plastic in that bustle. Elena Chagoya is Mexican. Since arriving in Tassie in 2008, she has embraced and loves to connect with the multicultural community. She practices image by design, making her a colour design coach. In other words, she can teach you about your friendly colours. Before coming to Tasmania, Elena was an international makeup artist for 25 years. She is also the Spanish radio presenter at City Park Radio. Now you can put, well, not quite a face to the voice, but at least a very colourful image indeed. Which brings us, sadly, to our last piece for this for this matinee. Only for this matinee. There'll be more tonight. Ralph Hartell and Daryl Rogers present Try Tree True. This installation is constructed primarily from recycled wooden Venetian blinds, referencing globalization and the unknown origins of the various woods. Our performers, Kat Freeman, Sunny Skylight, and Josh. Jordan, I am so sorry. Jordan, my wolf, will bite me later. Our performers are exploring their own story with the piece, having their own journey. The original role of the blinds was about mediating between private and public spaces. But where do they go from there? Hartell's work explores the nature of our shared connections to place, celebrating the hidden histories and past lives of materials, like the rainforest woods in these Venetian blinds. Through transformative reimagination and representation via engaged interactive processes, new stories are created. Elements of this installation have previously appeared at REMADE as performance artworks, most notably in 2019 as Re-Embody, a large-scale community-devised performance, which also appeared at Junction Festival, developed in collaboration with Carmencita Palermo, with over 100 community participants from diverse backgrounds, and involving lead-in workshops and performances at key events, including Momofoma Sessions 2019 at the Design Centre, Remade 2018 and 19, and Falls Festival Marion Bay. And here they are, with us again. The story continues. Projection elements have been developed in collaboration with Daryl Rogers while filming a poetic documentary of the project to be released in mid-November. Performers Kat, Sunny and Jordan respond to the journey from tree through production, distribution, suburban use and disuse, back to symbolic tree installation.
what we do affects the whole universe. So let us walk in balance with Mother Earth.
And so we farewell our trees. And the wood takes its journey. But speaking of trees, it's 3:30 already. And so our beautiful trees will be roaming outside, ready to tell you stories. Don't forget to go and join Tomas for some story time in the park. And if you're hanging around, also make sure that you check out Tales from the Bottom Drawer, this fabulous work from QV Mag and Remade 2020, the big dome up the back, put together by artist Carmencita Palermo. We'd like to thank the Albert Hall crew, especially Turkey and Vanessa. Please give them a big hand. Thanks to Simon and Cameron from Soundhouse for your wonderful clear sound. And how great has it been having some live music? Please give a big, big thanks to musicians Bruce Innocent on drums and percussion, Alison Cornish on keys, Peter Waddle on bass, Spike Mason on sax, because without the cooperation and generosity of our live musos, copyright law concerning broadcasting recorded music would have totally prevented us from live streaming this event. We're not live streaming it now, we're just practicing. It's all right, but we will be doing it tonight. They really have given us hours. These musicians have gone above and beyond. I want you to really give them a big hand. And last, but by no means least, we'd like to thank Graham McKenzie for his extra hard work dealing with all the enhanced OH&S due to COVID. Well, it's not really last, is it? It's not really last. It's only the start of the day. But there's somebody here who's only going to be performing with us tonight. She's been with us for 4 years. She's done a fantastic job. And she saved me from a technological meltdown. Please thank our marvellous stage manager, whose name I will forget on cue. All I can think of is Lucy. I can't tell you what a gaffe this is, Lucy. What a gaffe. Lucy, what's your last name?
Crispin.
Crispin. How could I forget such a tasty name? Lucy Crispin. Our last turn at Remade. Thank you, Lucy.
I think we actually need to thank Edwina, our amazing MC. So if you can please give her a big round of applause. She's been amazing. She has made the show, and this beautiful frog costume that she's got. Thank you so much, everybody. Please head out to the foyer, go and check out the costumes, buy some raffle tickets, and I hope you've had a lovely show. Thank you.